Hello everyone, and welcome back to Renowned Explorers International Society, The Emperor's Challenge, Random Run number 2. Going pretty well so far. We've lost a good deal of renown, or not renown, a good deal of resolve that I wish we hadn't, but that's the way it goes sometimes. We still have 4. That's enough that I feel safe, but not enough that I don't feel some small amount of terror creeping into my heart. Which, to be fair, is the way I normally live life, with small amounts of terror creeping into my heart. Alright, this is a new session, and the only reason I mention that is because I went through and took a look at my game settings, and enabled the option that reduces the amount of flashing lights in the animations. That's never something that I had checked because I personally do not have a problem with it, but now that I'm recording, it occurred to me that perhaps I should make sure that those sorts of things were turned off, just in case there's somebody watching who has a light sensitivity or something like that. So if you have a light sensitivity, or if you know somebody who does, that would be interested in watching content on the Renowned Explorers, this should be now safer for them, because I have enabled that. I have enabled that option. Hopefully, that helps anyone out who is having an issue with that. And I apologize I didn't think about it earlier. It's just not something that I'm sure you run into that a lot. If you have an issue like that, most people just don't think about it, and it was definitely something that I had not thought about. But as soon as I saw it in the options, I was like, you know what? That's something I should have on. So there it is. It's on now. All right, let's get going here. We're going to choose our next expedition. I did not have enough for our really, really nice master entourage, even though I wanted to, which is kind of sad. I guess we should check and see if there's anything we want to pick up with the amount of gold we have. I probably already looked through this, but I don't remember, honestly. I'm just going to look through it one more time. Yes, I did look through these. Okay. And I should have looked through all these already. Yep, I did. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to help. All right, so it appears that we are all set. I could buy something with some of the gold I have. Wouldn't be a bad idea, perhaps. Either a little bit of defense, or an adventure gloves for Errol or for Hattis. That might be good. I can't quite afford it. And selling my decent gloves is not going to be sufficient. Or I could just pick up another master gloves. Maybe I'll just save my money. I think I'm going to save my money, especially because next time we get to the overmap, I should have enough study in order to purchase our legendary shop, and hopefully we'll have enough gold saved up that we can buy something from that shop immediately. That would be very nice. All right, let's go to Indonesia. We did this last time, and it went relatively well, actually. The first fight destroyed me, but the rest of the time we did a good job, and that is great. And aggressive and friendly approach is recommended, it says, and we have an aggressive team, mostly. A little bit of friendly thrown in there. Don't feel left out, Hildegard. All right. So today we had some people come by yesterday to meet the cats, because we are, like I said, we're going to go to San Diego for several days, and so we needed someone to come by and look after them. They were not too thrilled to have a stranger in their midst, but they're slowly recovering. Stranger, you better watch out here. The Temple of Trance is gaining ground. They're being really nice to everyone and giving away free mugs. I don't trust it one bit. Maybe you can get some protection from the ancient stupas. Mystic stuff, man. Okay, so last time we actually did manage to get a free mug, despite not selecting this option. We got one later, which was fine. And I would rather know where one of the stupas are, because they seem interesting. I don't know exactly what they do yet, but activating 2 of them last time did give us a special event, so we'll see what happens this time. Well, I'm gone. These priests of the temple are freaking me out. I better start anew somewhere else. All right. Pretty extreme reaction to receiving a free mug. Hattis actually likes it. All right, let's find Bobo. Bobo the clown is missing. Let's go try to find him. Some supplies and an encounter up here. Cultural challenge right here with a diplomat or an archaeologist. We do not have an archaeologist, but we do have a diplomat. You know what? That's worth checking out. Let's go see what's up. We managed to obtain a book of Hindu folklore. Okay. We'll keep it to show off. Sure. I've noticed that almost all these sea areas tend to have very low-level rewards, and they always seem to hint at something more. I don't know if this is sort of like Lost Island, where you can get rid of the fog on Lost Island, and then all of a sudden, all of the areas you previously visited are much more interesting. I don't know if this works the same way. Hopefully we'll find out at some point. Ah, here's the stupa. Excellent. Last time we did the green Komodo dragon. This time let's do the red tiger. We've activated 0 red, 0 blue, and 0 green so far. Here we go. A heavy roar just comes from the stupa. The crew looks around a bit confused. What just happened? We gain 3 encounter and 1 experience points each. Alright. That's an extremely weird place to make such an impressive structure, I agree. Atis wonders who built those stupas there. Yeah, that's a good question. Ah, 1 second. Something in the background here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had forgotten to turn off my second alarm. I always set 2 alarms. Just in case something happens to the first one, or I get brave and tell it to go off, and then I go back to sleep. I always have a second one set, just in case. And I've actually been up for a couple hours, because I usually set my second alarm to be pretty delayed. Well, because at the moment I don't have a specific time I have to get up. And it just went off, so I had to go shut it down. A military sloop all the way from China. Both parties are curious and exchange pleasantries. We're sailing the world in search of new military ideas and technologies. Maybe you can help us. Okay. We do have some ideas, apparently. Minus 10 armor if we fail. Minus 10% attack if we fail. I would really love not to have that happen to me. We do have 2 tools. Yeah, okay, I'm going to use a tool. 93% chance now. Hopefully that does not come back to bite us. Almost did. Not quite. Very good. Hatis successfully impresses the military leader. Amazing. These new ideas will surely pique the interest of the Emperor. You have our greatest gratitude. Perhaps a bit undiplomatic, but we are not diplomats. We are adventurers. Ah, the boom cycle is ready. This will surely be the next level in transportation. It's all or nothing now. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it explodes in thousands of little pieces. The Boomacycle is officially a failure. Errol finally sees that all his work always explodes. That's what happens when you rig your inventions with bombs. Errol might make things explode, but you two will make it to be renowned explorers. Okay, that's very, very nice. Let's do that. Okay. So Hatis still has the 10% attack power from liking Errol. Errol gets 5 spirit because he thinks he stinks, I guess. It's very interesting. And Hildegard admires Hatis because Hatis is mentoring her. 10 grit, 10% attack power, and gaining quick thinker cunning. Okay, that's probably not going to come in handy, but you never know. By the way, I talked a couple episodes ago about perhaps cluing my wife into the fact that I was making YouTube videos, which I have now done. And she immediately wanted to watch some of them, which is painful. I don't know if any of you have ever listened to your own recorded voice. It's often very difficult to do. It doesn't go too well. But we did watch part of one episode, and I happened to have Errol on one of those episodes, and she immediately made fun of me because apparently it's Earl, and I have been pronouncing it wrong. I'm going to assume that she knows what she's talking about because it does say that Earl has a cousin, or janitor. He is the nephew. Okay, he's the nephew of a janitor from Kansas. My wife is from Arkansas. Decently similar area of the country, obviously. So I'm going to assume she knows what she's talking about, and I'm going to do my best to refer to this man right here, who's good with explosives, as Earl from now on, instead of Errol. Because apparently that is not correct. Yeah. So there we go. Now I know. All right, very nice. Hattis hunts down a wild boar, and the crew has a true feast. It's delicious, but Hildegard feels a bit bad for eating so much meat. Because you ate too much, or because you don't like eating meat? Either one's fine, I'm just curious. I mean, personally, I'm a very strong carnivore, as most people are. I don't have any problem with people who don't like eating meat. It's cool, but I I enjoy my protein. The funny thing is that my wife is even more so. We got a free mug here, by the way. If we have a meal that does not have some sort of meat in it, my wife is very upset by that. Again, coming from Arkansas, I suppose that is not unusual. Oh, an epic encounter. Oh, that's a new one. I haven't seen that one before. There are some dangerous shallows here. A wrong turn might cause you damage to your boat, but with the right navigation, you might find something valuable. I'm not willing to risk this. I don't want to get that -10 speech defense. Let's just get to collect and move along. Ah, there's our campfire. Okay. All right. A little bit of extra resolve from this card. Some collect and study per level of engineer. We have 4 levels of engineer. We can probably do better, so I'm going to keep that card for next time. I definitely want to keep this campfire story some more. Right now it only gives me 150 renown. Hopefully we can at least get 300 from it by completing another research tree. And then we have some campaign, which isn't very exciting, but that would ensure that we're able to get that new master entourage. So I think we will take that. The crew is having a blast. Hildegard had an idea to hold an oratory contest. The one who can retell your current adventures in the most exciting way will win the obligatory? Something like that. Expedition cake. Everyone tells the story with great charisma, but Hildegard quite literally takes the cake. All right. Probably why she wanted the contest to begin with. Those are the best kind of contests. Yep. Definitely. All right, so that should make sure we can get our master entourage next time. And yeah, let's go do this technique challenge first. Hopefully it's an engineer challenge. We don't have any rogue perks, so yeah. And then we can go over here and check this out. Well, have you ever? This person looks more like an ape person. You can't believe your eyes as he comes closer with a big grin and a question. I've heard you people are good at sneaking around and surprising people. That's actually not true. We are not rogues, so we are not good at that. And I don't want to take the -15 grit, so we're not going to be into your monkey business. We're not going to help scare your annoying neighbor. Sorry about that. All right. Let's move along to this epic encounter and see what's up. Atis remembers a tale of mystical talking heads. This must be the place. A group of 3 talking monkey heads having fun with each other. Okay. That's kind of weird. Sure. Let's see what we can figure out. Atis quietly introduces herself to the talking heads. The talking heads turn around angrily. We were talking. I hate people when they're not polite. We will now kill you with our curse unless you convince 2 of us not to kill you by amusing us. Okay. We have to entertain them. Interesting. Which head are we going to amuse? Well, we do have a diplomat, so maybe that would be good for the talkative head, I'm going to guess. The burly head might want like a feat of strength, maybe, and the old-looking head maybe wants someone wise, like an archaeologist. That's my guess. Okay, let's try the talking head. The talkative one of the bunch, is happy Hatis is looking at it. I'm a bit tired of talking with the same heads all the time. You must have something interesting to talk about. I love politics. Okay. Well, we do have a good diplomat. 74%. I don't really want to spend a tool here. Let's hope we can just make the check. Come on, Hildegard. That was a little scary. But we did do it. All right. The two have an intense but polite discussion about the state of the empires. Okay. Hildegard is pretty sure all of these empires will surely fall, and the talking head is intrigued by her arguments. Pretty clever. Very well, I think you deserve to live. Okay, need to convince one more head. We're not going to do real well if this is a athletic head or something that wants a feat of strength, because we don't have any athletes. So we're going to go with the old-looking head. We also don't have an archaeologist, which I'd love at this point, but... yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. Needs an archaeologist. There's a story in our old language on the stones on the floor. Read it to me. Let's go check the burly head and see what he wants. Push-ups. Yeah, okay. So we don't have anyone who can fulfill the requirements very easily of these last two heads. And it looks like once someone is already amused a head, they can't amuse it again, which is interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. So I can try Errol. I can use my tool right here and get a 39% chance. And that's probably my best bet at actually succeeding on this. Unfortunately, that's still pretty low. Wow. All right, well, we're going to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. But I'll have to keep in mind in the future that an archaeologist is very useful here. Oh, just over. We've got one more chance, but our chance at succeeding at this is basically none. We can use our tool again because we failed last time, so we don't waste it, and get a 30% chance, and we'll give it another shot. Atis will try to do push-ups. Oh my gosh, you made it. Atis, you're a legend. And 50. It wasn't easy, especially after having such a rough expedition already. The head is mildly impressed. When he has nothing to say, his lips are sealed, but you know what that means. We did it. The talkative one speaks. We are quite surprised. This encounter was so refreshing that we want to give you a souvenir. He opens his mouth wide. Inside, you can see a treasure, and she gets drums of the talking head. Okay, cool. I wonder if that changes based on which ones you impress. It may not, but I'm curious. All right, what do we got here? One secret for each secret you got on an expedition so far. Wow, that's interesting. We have 0 on this expedition so far, so that's not very helpful, but it's interesting. Same with treasure hunt. We only have 1, so that'd be 1 treasure hunt. Not very exciting. Or plus 5 gold from collect, or 2 treasure hunt. So a treasure hunt would give us 60 to 90 gold, and 25 to 30 status each. So this is the equivalent of about 120 to 180 gold. 5 gold from collect, and we have 27 collect tokens. So that by itself is, like 130 gold. And that will just get better with our last expedition. So would we rather have 130 gold or 120 to 180 plus some status? This is definitely the right decision, especially for our next expedition where we will get even more collect, hopefully. There we go. Fantastic. How nice to have met such legends. Their voices were phenomenal, too. Maybe they should start a band. All right. Probably the best place to start a band where no one is around to listen to it. This must be the town of the Orang people you met before. Okay. Their culture seems advanced, and there are all kinds of little shops you can visit. Cool. Let's take a look. Let's go to the trinket shop. It's run by an insecure-looking Orang. Oh, hello. Please be honest. Do these cheeks make me look fat? Hatis ignores the silly question, to which the answer is yes, by the way. If you're asking, generally, if you're asking the question, the answer is yes. Just so you know. And looks around. Let's see. There's a treasure. We could buy it for a resolve. I'm tempted. Meja P-hit Piggy. Or trade some trinkets for 4 collect. I kind of want it. Yeah, we're going to do it. What's this treasure? Okay. The oldest piggy bank ever was briefly mistaken for an ancient statue of Rivalo. Very nice. And we can get to a treasure hunt. Sure, I'll take that. Nice. And yeah, we'll trade some trinkets for some collect as well. Very nice. We can visit a supply shop. I assume you're changing resolve for it? Yeah. Buy 4 supplies for 1 resolve. We are not going to do that. Especially not after spending 1 to get that treasure. Okay, let's leave the city. Awesome, that was pretty good for us. Wits challenge, tactician, beguiler, or quick thinker. We don't have any of those. We have a quick thinker. Actually, I take that back. Atis is a really good quick thinker, but we don't have a tactician or a beguiler. 2 levels in tactician, probably not enough to count, but we'll see. This is obviously the turf of the Temple of Trance, okay? Maybe they have a mug factory here because it's teeming with priests. They see you and are ready to convert you by larger numbers. We need a tactical maneuver to pass them. And again, our tactician is not real strong, so I'm just going to run away. Get a little bit of collect and get a free mug again. We will sell those later. I mean, I guess we could equip them if we have any open slots, which we do. I don't know if that would do anything. Oh, -1 speech defense. We definitely don't want to do that. Yeah, no, we're not putting those on. We're going to sell them. Alright, cultural challenge. We do have a diplomat, no archaeologist, but we'll see if we can get lucky here. A merchant ship. The captain addresses Hattis. I've never seen your kind around here. What are you up to, trying to steal our goods? Sure, Hattis looks a bit thuggish, but let's not jump to conclusions. Hildegard will easily diplomatically ease the tensions. And we share a drink together. Very nice. And he shares some secrets with us. Cool, we get a secret. And a level up. Here we go. Hildegard gets to level up. She has two options, like always. Diplomat negotiations, which she already has, actually, from... Oh, she must have just gotten it at some point, because it's not her item. Alright, well, there's no point not taking naturalist astronomy, then. Might as well. Give us a little bit of speech defense. Yeah, we'll take some speech defense, sure. Okay, 40 speech defense, not bad. And she got her second trinket slot as well, which is very nice. Alright, only one supply left, so let's go grab this one, and then we'll see if we want to do anything else before we end the mission. Fishing Frenzy. The crew manages to catch a delicious-looking tuna. Awesome. 3 supplies, very good. So yeah, we probably could look around a little bit more if we wanted to. There is a nature challenge down here. We don't have a very good naturalist. We have 2 ranks in it. And we don't have a survivalist except for 1 rank on Hattis. So that's going to be a little difficult. But our alternative is just this empty node here. Well, you never know. Maybe it's the Hidden Horde. Probably worth checking. Nope, nothing of interest. Alright, but now we can go down and get some status here. Hildegard writes a beautiful poem. Okay, get a little bit of campaign from that. And there's something interesting here. But if I do that, I will take a debuff. And we've already gotten at least 1 debuff. Yep, minus 20 speech defense on this expedition. Do I want that? You know what? Sure, let's check it out. I'm curious. An ancient stupa. Barely reaches above the ocean waves. It's in a fine state given the harsh environment it is in. You remember how many symbols you already activated. So we could activate a second red tiger. Last time I activated 2 green Komodo dragons, and when I did that, it teleported me across the island to a special encounter. I'm a little concerned about doing that again, because we don't have any supplies left. So I will. I'm wary to activate a second red tiger in case there is a event associated with it that will take us somewhere else. So I'm gonna just activate a blue turtle, and hopefully 2 different ones doesn't do anything. The heavy sound of a gamelan comes from the stupa. The crew looks around a bit confused. What just happened? We got 6 collect. Okay, cool. All right, good. We didn't get teleported. That's awesome. Hildegard loses a little bit of speech defense because we are out of supplies, which is unfortunate, but we'll survive, probably. Maybe. This is it, the Mountain of the Ancestors. Bobo was last seen going here, and you might say the place looks positively treasury. Let's go. The climb was exceptionally boring. Arrow started a cappella song, and the crew sung 47 verses in sync. That's quite an achievement. And we find a small shrine. The room is flanked by waterfalls, and a sentient door guards the passage ahead. Play Konglak with me. Win, and you may pass. Okay. We can cheat until we win to get minus 20 speech defense, or we can try to play it. As I recall, it was a tactician check? Yes. Yes, it is. It's a tactician check. Unfortunately, 36% is not a great shot. But I think that's all I had last time, and I actually managed to get the check. I'm not sure I'm going to risk it this time, because I don't want to lose a resolve every time we fail. And I did get lucky last time. So in this case, I'm just going to cheat until we win. Take the minus 20 speech defense. It's really unfortunate, but I can't risk losing more resolve. So here we go. The door knows about your cheating, but it has no control that you did it, essentially, and it just opens. I'll bet with a little protest. Lame. Okay. Hattis gets minus 20 speech defense. All right, a beautiful valley surrounded by mountains. A lot of holy site stuff further ahead. Okay, let's take a look. The crew arrives at the holy site, an amazing place to be sure. Some beautiful statues with ruby eyes. Earl casually wants to traverse the site when what's going on? The statues shoot lasers, guarding the way through. Hattis looks at the tiles on the floor. They are marked with mysterious symbols. There must be a hidden path here. Now, as I recall, an archaeologist can find the way through. We don't have an archaeologist. which is somewhat unfortunate. And the alternative here is choose someone to sneak past, which is probably a rogue. We don't have one of those either. We do have a scout, but that only gives us 23% chance, which isn't real good. And we have no archaeology skills whatsoever. Yeah, so this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. We will try to sneak past. We'll take this 23% and see what happens. Yeah. Worth a shot. Oh, wow, and Atis actually did it. Atis is coming in pretty clutch here. Atis thinks a little, then throws a few heavy rocks onto the floor, close to the statues. Statues blast the rocks with such force, it flies around on the floor. This keeps the statues occupied. The crew is quick and can pass the defenses while the statues play laser ball. Very nice. And here we find the Temple of Trance. Bobo the Misadventurous is tied down on the altar, and they're planning on sacrificing him because they're strange. Dharma Jagapati steps forward, and he reveals himself to be the leader of the temple. Friends, I know the situation looks very awkward, but you have to understand. To keep the world happy and spread the peace of the trance, our gods demand the sacrifice of a clown to cheer him up. I'm very sorry. No, that's okay. We don't like cults to sacrifice clowns. Not that I have anything that makes me specifically want to protect clowns, but, you know, clowns are people too. Or almost people, at least. Alright, let's see here. So there's the leader. He is easily impressed, but he does have very high speech defense. Actually, all these guys have pretty high speech defense, which is good, because we're an aggressive team, and we don't care about your speech defense, because we're going to shoot you with a bow and arrow and a gun. Ooh, that's pretty good. Doesn't quite do enough, though. I wonder if the best choice here is to just take out the two that are nearest us and sort of back up and try to get them in a nice line for Hatis. That might be smarter. Could I back up all the way here to still hit? Yeah. Actually, I can get all the way there. Her attack range is enormous. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Atis is honestly one of my favorite aggressive characters. That extra range and just her amount of damage in general, plus the AoE on Piercing Shot is just so good. It's hard to compete. Alright, so Hildegard can try to start taking one of these out. Or can heal Earl instead. I'm going to try to be better about that, Earl. There we go. Yeah, Earl can just take this out, and then I'll use Hildegard to heal him up and give him the extra bonuses to defense that we leveled for her. There we go. That should give Earl, yeah, quite a bit of good buffs here. 20 extra from to his armor and 20 extra to his speech defense. Hopefully that will keep him safe on this next turn, and they will line up real nicely for Hatis. Okay, not too bad. Trying to offer us free mugs. Hildegard is decently impressed by that. I mean, she's young. Mugs are cool. Well, I'm not real thrilled with how they lined up, but I might be able to get a decent, like, 3-person piercing shot there. There is another group back there. We'll have to worry about it at some point. No, we won't be able to get all 3, but we can get 2. Is that worth it, or should I save it? I think I'm going to save it. The only problem I have with saving is that Hildegard is not capable of taking one of these guys out on her own. And I'm worried about the amount of damage she's going to take. I can back her up and not do anything with her this turn, which may mean that she doesn't take any aggro, which would be nice. And I'll just take one out with Errol and one out with Hildegard, one out with Hatis. All we're supposed to do here is defeat the boss. But we're not doing that much damage to him. Okay. Alright, I'm going to bring Hatise up here. I can't quite get her there. Alright, I'm going to bring her up here. I'm going to bring most of my characters as far forward as I can, while still taking out one person each. Hopefully, this means that the rest of the enemies will group up around them for a nice AoE next turn, and we will bring Hildegard back here behind this little stupa, and she can hang out. She'll hang out, and hopefully she didn't take any aggro, and they won't chase after her. That was quite a bit of damage, though. Well, that's a little unfortunate. Ooh, that miss. That miss might have saved Hatise there. Alright, so now I'm hoping these guys kind of line up again. Yeah, there we go. That's a pretty nice line. Very nice indeed. Okay, that'll work. And then we'll use Earl here. Oh, he had his attack lowered. He did indeed, because he is impressed. No, that shouldn't do that. Wait a minute. Impressed doesn't lower your attack. It lowers your speech defense. Huh, I wonder why he is not capable of... Oh, because this is a Master of Trance. Right. Masters of Trance are annoying. They're stronger and they do AoEs at almost every turn. Really problematic. So, I wonder if I should do... You know what? I'm going to heal with Hildegard, and so if I'm going to do that, I should do that before I attack with Earl, in the hopes that his attack will take aggro. So let's do that. And I'm really going to hope that the Master of Trance here doesn't AoE this group, but she probably will. Just, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for her to do exactly that. Oh, nope, didn't do it. Okay, AoE'd Earl and Hatise. One of these will go down. It's going to be Hatise, okay. So we'll have to get Hatise up next turn. And we will do that first. Very nice. And we will finish off the Master of Trance here with Earl. And again, Hildegard has not done anything this turn. She's revived Hatise, but that's it. So hopefully, she will not get aggro from the boss here. And we will go ahead and start working down this Master of Trance. Don't want her around. Very nice. Oh my gosh, that damage. Ooh, we may go down anyway. We did. That's the end of our campaign. Alright, Indonesia was a little bit too much for this random run. Ooh, too bad. Alright. Well, that was that. Let's see what booster packs we get. Hey, new campfire story and a new government secrets one. A new character campfire story, I should say. Let's read this one real quick. Baylin receives intel and goes on a mysterious mission. One crew member gets caught up in her schemes. Wow, she gains 2 rogue perks. That's really good. And 2 of each special token. 2 treasure hunt, 2 secret, and 2 discovery. That seems really powerful. I wonder if there's a hidden downside to that, because otherwise, that seems a lot more powerful than some of the other stories. We'll see. And government secrets. 1 secret for each 2 lobbyists and 2 journalists in your entourage. Okay. Interesting. Very nice. Hey, 2 new cards. Not bad. Can't complain too much about that. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed, despite the fact we didn't win. Our second random run didn't go quite as well as the first one, but to be fair, on the first random run, our crew was pretty perfect. I didn't have really any complaints about it. This one was a little bit more iffy. Hatise and Earl together was very nice, but we didn't have a tank, and then we had Hildegard tacked on, and Hildegard was really not useful, unfortunately, in terms of taking out any of those mooks in any of the fights, and that made it a little bit more difficult. But still, fun run nonetheless. Thank you guys for watching. Put a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content as it comes out. I'm continuing to slowly improve my sound quality each video, hopefully. Let me know if you detect any problems or if it seems better to you, and I will continue tweaking it until I'm actually happy, which may never happen. That may be forever, but regardless, let me know. Thank you again for watching. I will see you next time.